The movie kicks off in the heart of the ocean, where an unexpected earthquake shakes the seabed violently. The force tears open a fissure, and a ghostly blue light bursts to the surface. A couple, lost in a romantic moment, share smiles as the man surprises his girlfriend with a proposal. But before she can respond, something unseen yanks him beneath the waves. Panicked, the woman frantically scans the water until her screams pierce the air as his lifeless body floats back up. Moments later, the attacker reveals itself, a massive alpha zombie, and without hesitation, it kills her too. Nearby, Hunter, along with his friend Ray and his niece Jada, are fishing when a distant boat catches their attention. Flames erupt on board, and they rush over. Hunter, acting quickly, puts out the fire, ignited by careless fireworks, while scolding the group for drinking on the water. Blaine, part of the group, reacts angrily. On a distant cliff, a mysterious figure observes the eerie blue light through binoculars. Back on Hunter's boat, they resume fishing when Ray feels a heavy tug on his line. After a tense struggle, he reels in a dead body, its skin glowing an unnatural blue. Curious, Jada deploys an underwater camera, tracing the source of the light to the ocean floor. Hunter radios the authorities, but when Jada looks away even briefly, the body disappears, only to rise again as a zombie, viciously attacking her and leaving her shoulder severely wounded. Ray instinctively jumps into the fray to distract the creature, giving Hunter a precious second to grab his machete. He stabs the unholy thing, and together, they manage to push it into the water. The situation escalates quickly. In town, Hunter's girlfriend, Kenzie, a doctor, receives his frantic call for help. He urges her to come quickly and treat Jada. Kenzie, leaving her daughter Sam with friends to attend a concert, rushes to meet him. At the concert, Sam meets a charismatic singer named Dag, and the two immediately connect. Kenzie and an ambulance arrive to take Jada to the hospital, where a terrified Ray stays by her side. Meanwhile, Hunter meets with Sheriff Akon, and together they head back to the location of the blue light on Hunter's boat. They use the underwater camera and find the source is, indeed, a wrecked ship with no identifying markers. An eerie, bizarre creature swims nearby. Hunter relays his theories about the zombies, but Akon simply laughs it off as a wild fantasy. That is, until a massive, terrifying horde of zombies emerges from the water, swimming with a single-minded focus directly toward their boat. Akon's disbelief instantly turns to pure terror as the reality sinks in. Hunter urgently calls Kenzie, urging her to isolate Jada. He then alerts his colleagues to evacuate the entire area. Suddenly, tsunami sirens wail across the beach. People watch in stunned disbelief as the water recedes, only to see a colossal wave, packed with swarming, thrashing zombies, surging toward them. Hunter frantically tries to start the boat, but it's too late. The wave overtakes them, crashing into the shore and obliterating everything in its path, leaving a trail of wreckage and scattered zombie bodies. Miraculously, Hunter and Akon make it to shore safely. Akon considers shooting a zombie but decides to conserve his ammunition. At the hospital, Kenzie informs Ray that most of the staff has been evacuated, and Jada will not be receiving immediate care. They must stay in quarantine together for now. Back on the beach, a few survivors emerge from the wreckage. Hunter and Akon try to warn them of the looming danger, but it is too late. The zombies who came with the wave are waking up, and more are crawling from the ocean to attack everyone they can reach. The horde grows exponentially as most survivors are killed and turn into the undead. Akon and Hunter fight back with a gun and machete, but there are too many. Hunter finds a boat and uses the engine to slice through a group of monsters, allowing a few people to escape. Meanwhile, Sam and her friends watch the attack from a nearby building and try to call their parents, but no one answers. At the hospital, Jada wakes up, dies, and immediately awakens as a zombie. She lunges at Ray, but a doctor walks in, and Jada pounces on him instead. Ray seizes the moment and runs. On the beat, the zombies keep coming, and their wounds don't stop them. Akon and Hunter decide to get reinforcements and run for their truck. As they jump in, they're startled to find Blaine and his girlfriend hiding in the back. They agree to help, and the truck speeds off. On a nearby cliff, the mysterious man with binoculars reaches the beach and approaches a zombie, crowbar in hand. In the hospital, Kenzie is horrified to discover Jada has slaughtered the staff. Jada begins chasing Kenzie, who runs into a corridor. Ray pulls her into a room and locks the door, but the horde of zombified staff helps Jada pound on the door until they break in. The two are forced to run again, finding a zombie in a wheelchair in another part of the hospital, with Jada still pursuing them relentlessly. At the police station, Hunter and Akon arrive and rush inside as more zombies appear. Blaine pushes his girlfriend toward the zombies to use her as bait, earning a rebuke from Hunter. Inside, Blaine snaps and takes a gun from an officer, demanding the armory's weapons. When they refuse, he shoots the officer, but Hunter quickly knocks him out. Meanwhile, Sam and her friends run through the streets, pushing past the undead. They hide in a market, but it's also full of zombies. Dag trips and injures his ankle, and the group splits up. Sam helps Dag as they run to the back, while another friend is killed. At the police station, Akon tries to radio for help, but there's only static. He takes a sealed envelope from a safe, labeled Ravok Pharmaceuticals, and secretly shreds it. Hunter logs into the Maritime Registry and finds the sunken ship is indeed registered to Ravok Industries, listed as salvaged and junked, evidence of a clear cover-up. As zombies finally break through the windows, Hunter grabs weapons, including a cool double-bladed sword he found among confiscated items. Using police shields, they push their way out. Hunter uses a bazooka to finish off a group of monsters, but they're still moving, and a second zombie tsunami is approaching. They escape on the truck and encounter the alpha zombie, who is unharmed when they drive over him. Sam and Dag make it to a parking lot and find his van. A band member is chilling inside with headphones on, oblivious to the chaos. He opens the van for them before trying to be a hero, but he is quickly killed. Sam and Dag lock the doors and try to escape, but the van won't start. Taney, Akon's daughter, manages to leave town and runs through the woods, with zombies in pursuit. She reaches the gate of a house, where Marty, the mysterious man from the cliff, sees her on the security cameras. He confirms she isn't bitten and lets her in. Marty has a captive zombie in his basement, which he is studying. Taney uses Marty's radio to contact her dad, Akon, and tells him to save Sam. Blaine, now freed, finds his zombified girlfriend at the door. She immediately pounces on him and bites him. Dag, still on the van's roof, admits he is slowing Sam down and tells her to leave without him. He then sings with his ukulele to distract the zombies. Just then, Hunter and Akon arrive. Sam runs toward them as Akon shoots down the monsters, and the group leaves as the zombies finally reach and kill Dag. They head for the hospital, closing the door just as zombies reach it. Sam, unable to reach Kenzie, uses a phone to call her through the hospital speakers, telling her to meet them on the second floor. The noise attracts a horde, and Hunter fights them off with a fire extinguisher while Sam defends herself with the double-bladed sword. Hunter uses 2 wires to electrocute a zombie, and the current chains through the horde, killing them all. Kenzie and Ray arrive in an elevator. Kenzie punches a zombie down and reunites with her daughter. Kenzie notices that the zombies from the tsunami look different, and she concludes they were part of an experiment. Outside, the group gets on the truck and escapes to Marty's house, where Taney and Akon are joyfully reunited. Taney notices her father is wounded, and Marty freaks out, but Akon assures them it's just a scratch. Once inside, Akon uses Marty's radio, but Marty says he hasn't been able to contact anyone. Taney realizes that the 2 tsunamis and the lack of a response means there's a conspiracy behind the attacks. Suddenly, Marty's captive zombie breaks its chains. Akon goes to investigate and gets bitten. He kicks the zombie away, and the noise alerts the others. Marty quickly tases the monster, killing it. Ray takes a wounded Akon upstairs, and Hunter connects the taser to the sword to make a more effective weapon. Marty explains that the zombies are full of phosphorus, which is why electricity is the only thing that truly stops them. Hunter concludes they must lure the zombies into the water and run power to it. They also need to blow up the wreckage so it can't create more monsters. Marty reveals he has a supply of grenades and C4. The group packs up, but the taser on Hunter's sword malfunctions as he goes to clear the way. Kenzie comes out to help. She turns out a wood chipper, and they work together to fight the zombies, throwing them one by one into the chipper. Their teamwork is perfect, and soon, all the monsters are killed. On their way out, Kenzie tells Hunter that if anything happens to her, he must take care of Sam. Akon starts to feel sick, so they rest in a cave. Marty explains that because Akon was not bitten on the head, the infection is taking longer to reach his brain. Akon, knowing his end is near, confesses what he knows. 30 years ago, Ravok Pharmaceuticals tested an anti-aging drug on a ship and bribed local officials, including him, to keep it a secret. Akon agreed because they promised medical care for his dying wife, but she died anyway. The medicine had terrible side effects, turning the patients and staff into monsters, so the company sank the ship. Kenzie suspects making weapons out of humans was the company's true intention all along. The zombies find them and attack. Hunter finally gets his taser blade to work, and with Marty's help, he kills the creatures while the others run. Taney is forced to leave her dying father, but she puts a grenade in his hand. Akon wakes up as a zombie, and in a last moment of clarity, he activates the grenade, the explosion blocking the cave and stopping the zombies from following. The group makes it to the beach and splits up to execute their plan. Marty reveals he left C4 at his house and blows it up with a remote. Marty, Ray, and Taney take a boat to plant the C4. Marty is working on the connections when he is surrounded and killed by zombies. Ray wants to help, but a zombie climbs aboard, blocking his way. By the time Taney pushes it off, it's too late. Meanwhile, Hunter's bike gets stuck in the sand just as he's about to reach the tidal pools, forcing him to continue on foot. Suddenly, the alpha zombie tackles him. His taser blade malfunctions again, and he is forced to fight hand-to-hand. The alpha disarms him, but Hunter kicks it repeatedly and gets his knife, severing the monster's arm. Kenzie, seeing his struggle, rushes to free the bike and blasts music to lure the other zombies toward the pools. Hunter, still battling the alpha, is grabbed by the neck, but he uses the moment to get his blade. The taser finally works, and Hunter decapitates the zombie, kicking its body into the tidal pool just as Sam activates the power box. The electricity surges, electrocuting all the remaining zombies at once. Taney swims far from the boat, and Ray, knowing his time has come, says a final goodbye to Hunter over the radio before detonating the C4. The explosion causes a massive wave to form, heading for the beach. Hunter narrowly escapes the wave and reunites with Kenzie and Sam, who are helping Taney out of the water. As a Coast Guard ship approaches in the distance, Hunter and Kenzie share a kiss, a glimmer of hope after the nightmare.